From here, we're just going to come to the centre of our mat. So we're going to do some alignment first, just before we get into a warm-up. So making sure that your feet are about hip width apart. And then I just want you to have your hands hanging heavy, reaching towards the floor. Pelvis is nice and tucked in. You're not sticking your bum out too much. Relaxing the knees, relaxing the shoulders. From here, we're just going to warm up the neck. So looking over to the right, circling the head all the way around from the back, over to the left, and back to centre. Looking over to the left. Head goes forward this time, circling round to the right, and back to centre. We're going to take our left arm, bring it up and overhead, really stretching through, really pulling through that left hip. Grounding through the feet. Take a breath in here. Exhale. Coming back up. Switching sides. Right arm goes up and overhead. Inhaling over. Exhale. Back to centre. Both arms go up towards the ceiling. Giving yourself a nice big stretch here. Interlacing the hands, looking up towards the ceiling. Taking a deep breath in. Exhale and release. Lovely. So we're going to start off with some lower leg work. So lower body, we're going to have our feet about wider than hip width apart, and then have your toes rather than facing directly forwards, have them at about 10 past and 10-2 on the clock. Hands can be in prayer at the centre of your chest. And we're just going to start with a few squats to warm up that lower body first. So inhaling, bending the knees, going slowly down, and then exhale, driving through the heels, bring yourself back up. Going down nice and slow, making sure the knees aren't buckling in. Exhale, coming back up. Just going for 2 more here. Really opening up those hips. Keeping that core engaged as you exhale. Last one here, then we're adding on. Exhale. Coming up. And we're going to go down again. We're just going to stay down here. We're going to come onto those right tiptoes and we're going to pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Heels go down. Left toes this time. Pulsing for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Heels go down. Hold it here and we're just going to pulse. Heels on the mat for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Can you hold it here? Take a breath in. Exhale. Give yourself a smile. Look here for 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. And rise back up. Shake the legs off. Love, hope your legs are feeling nice and warm. We are now going to come down onto the mat. So we're going to come down via a Pilates dive. So feet about hip width apart. Reaching our hands up towards the ceiling. Exhale. Dive down, peeling down bone by bone. Hands are coming down towards the mat. Taking a nice soft bend at the knees. As the hands reach the mat, walk them out into a plank position. Making sure your shoulders are over your wrists. Your back's nice and straight. Your hips aren't too lifted. Got a nice neutral spine. And then from here, we're just going to be doing some lifts and lowers of the leg. So lifting that right leg, pointing the toe, and then lower. Lifting that left leg, point the toe, and lower. Just alternating here. So inhale. Exhale as you lift. Inhale to lower. Really slow and controlled. Staying here for 4 more. Last 3. And 2. And 1. Coming down to your knees. Open up the knees as wide as the mat, coming into a child's pose, stretching out the arms. Taking a nice breath in. Exhale out. Bringing yourself up into an all fours position. Before anything, we're just going to do a nice cat-cow to warm up the spine. So from here, making sure your wrists are over your, your shoulders are over your wrists, knees are in line with the hips. And what we're going to do as we inhale, we're going to look up towards the ceiling, tipping that tailbone up to the ceiling at the same time. Exhale, rounding the back. Chin comes to the chest, really opening up through the shoulders. Another inhale, looking up towards the ceiling. Exhale, rounding that back, chin comes down to chest. Gaze is through to the thighs. Last one, inhaling. Nice big arch through the back. Exhale. Last one here, really stretching through the shoulder blades. And then coming into a neutral spine. So from here, we're going to come into some bird dogs. So I want you to extend that right leg back, pointing the toes. And we're just going to start with some leg lifting and lowering, and then adding in the arms. So start by inhaling. Exhale, lift that leg. Not so high so that you're arching your back. You need to keep your back nice and straight. I really just want you to be lifting through your core and your glutes. So it may not be really high. It's all about your strength. Okay, staying here for 4 more. Keeping those hips nice and square. Last 3, 2, and 1. Lower the leg down. Extend that left leg out, left arm out, sorry. So hands really energetically pointing towards the other end of the room. Take a breath in. Exhale, we're lifting the leg and the arm at the same time. And then lowering back down. So imagine that your big toes connected to the core. Really long line of energy all the way through, from your middle finger all the way through to your big toe. As you exhale, really engage that core. Let's keep the balance and stability as you lift and lower. Staying here for 3 more. And 2. And 1. And then coming back into all fours. Lovely. Going again on the opposite side. So extending that left leg back, pointing the toes, making sure you're squaring the hips so they're not lifted. Nice and aligned. Nice soft bend at the elbows here as well. So starting with those leg lifts. Inhale to prepare. Exhale. Lifting that leg, squeezing the glute at the top, and then lowering. Amazing, well done guys. Really staying strong. We're now more than halfway through. Just a nice energizing way to spend 15 minutes. Okay, 3 more here. And 2, really pointing that toe. Last 1. Lowering that leg, keeping that point. Extending that right arm forward. Really elongating that middle finger towards the other end of the room. Taking a breath in. Exhale, reaching the arm forward as well as the leg. And lowering down. So really pulling from the core here. Energetically reaching that arm towards the other end of the room, foot towards the other side. Really strong, well done guys. Just here for 4 more. And last 3. And 2. Last 1. Lovely, just extending those knees out to the side of the mat. Coming into a child's pose, walking the hands forward. Whew, I'm already sweating, wow. Taking a breath in. Exhale out. Amazing. So I'm going to come into a bit of core work here. So I want you to face the other way. So I'm going to turn ourselves around. And And we're gonna have our feet on the mat, knees are bent, arms are outreached, and we're just gonna articulate down bone by bone onto the mat. Just make sure I'm in view. Okay, arms are on the mat here. So we're gonna start with some toe taps. So we're gonna have a nice little check-in here, just to make sure that our back arch isn't arching too much off the mat. We wanna leave room for about a blueberry just under our lower back. Now, arms can be down, really grounding to the mat, and then legs are in tabletop, so this is 90 degrees. So knees are in line with the hips. And from here, we're going to be tapping down, so pointed toes, pointing down those right toes towards the mat, keeping the left foot in place. Exhale, bring back up. You want to feel this here in your lower abdominals. This is where all the work's coming from. So everything's staying still. You're hinging from the hips. Exhale as you lift. Option here, you can have your head, neck and shoulders off the mat. As long as you keep that form, keep that chin nice and tucked. We want to really, if you can't feel it in your lower abdominals, then you just make sure you're trying to scoop through. So it's trying to scoop through the abs, really pulling those ribs down towards the hips. Okay, staying here for 7 more. Last 6. Abs are shaking. Nice for 5. Keep those elbows wide. It's so easy for them to come in. Keep the elbows nice and wide. Last 4. And 3. 2. And 1. Lovely. Lower the head, neck and shoulders down. Bring the arms down to the mat. We're going to end off our ab series with just some single leg stretches here. So pointing the toes towards the ceiling. We're going to be flexing that right foot, lowering down towards the mat as low as you can, pointing and then lifting, alternating. So flexing that left foot, going down towards the mat as you inhale, exhale, point and lift. Check in here, your shoulders are nice and relaxed. So flexing down that foot, exhale, coming back up. Flex as we go down and point. Okay, a few more on each side. Lovely. How long do we have left? Oh my gosh, we've got 2 minutes. So keep that foot flexed as we go down. Last one. Last round here. So flexing as we go down. Point as you lift. Amazing, well done. And then from here, we're going to come into our last of the ab series. So we're going to come into a crisscross. So bring your arms to the back of the head. This is the last movement of today. So what you want you to do is try and bring your right elbow to your left knee as you extend the right leg. So inhale, bring that knee to elbow, and then slowly switching. So really twisting through the rib cage. Really slow movement here. I know you've probably done this in another gym class really fast, but we do it really slow and controlled. Exhaling as you twist through. Knee to elbow. For 4, 3, last 2, and 1. And then just hug those knees in. Give yourself a nice rock side to side, taking a breath in. That was your short but sweet 15-minute energizer. I hope you feel nice and lengthened. I hope you feel a nice stretch in your body. And just be proud of yourself for taking this time for you today. So really just stretching everything out. Close your eyes if you need to. Taking a breath in. Bending the feet, bending the knees, sorry, comes to the feet. Up into a seated position. When you go into a nice cross-legged position, just get our breath back. Just thank your body, thank your mind as you inhale. Exhale. Thank you to yourself for showing up. Maybe taking another 5-minute stretch after this to cool down any of the lower body. And just set an intention for today. Last breath here. Exhale out. Give yourself a round of applause. Well done. Thank you so much for joining the class. And any feedback is so welcome. And yes, I hope to see you in another class soon.